Good afternoon, Chad here. Today we are going to be discussing, can you really live off of 80% of your income, weekly income, monthly income? Is it possible? Well, I'm here to share with you my own experiences with all of this, and I know that you'll get a lot of benefit out of it. And if would you like the content, please share it with your friends and family. Make a comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, subscribe to my podcast. You can get my podcast at prosperwithchad.com. That's prosperwithchad.com. That's also where you can support me at with other links that I have there. And I look forward to servicing you and helping you with whatever needs that you have. Please also ask questions, and I'll be more than happy to assist you with those things as well. So, can you live off of 80% of your income? Because for a lot of people, and especially in the United States, living off of 80% of your income is quite difficult because of all the uh, loans that has to be paid off, like your car loan, your house payment, your electricity, your whatever else, credit cards that all come in. And so all of that money that you're making is being extended to paying the creditor. So basically, what has happened to you is that you have become a a slave to the creditor. You become a slave to the banker, to the credit card company, to the car loan company that you got your car loan from, and so you're wondering, it's like, gosh, I can't even live off 100% of my income because no matter what I do, it all goes to paying the bills, it goes to paying groceries, it goes to paying this, it goes to paying that, and I just can't live off 80%. I mean, that you're just nuts, Chad, because you're telling me, you're asking me this question about 80%, and there ain't no way, I can live off of 80% of my income in order, because if I do that, then I won't have money. And so I want to share a little bit of my own experience of living off of 80% of my income because, like so many, you got your car loan, you have credit card loan, you got student loans. I mean, you got loans after loans after loans, and sometimes you feel really extended, overly extended because you're trying to break through, and you're trying to make ends meet, and you're trying to provide, for your family, and what happens is you become so focused on paying your bills that you forget about other things. So you develop this, what I've come to learn from a lot of teachings is that you develop this master slave relationship, with the creditors, where the creditors is the master and you're a slave to them because you're working to pay them off. But there is one way that you can begin to break away from that master slave relationship and begin to have a debt free life, and two, a stress free life. And this is what I've been working on personally, is getting that done. It's a slow process, of course, but it's, over time it's getting done for sure. And so when I first started living off of just 80% of my income, I mean, you talk about an adjustment of making sure that everything is in the right order. Like, for example, you live on 80%. You're taking 20%, and you're putting it to the side. You're setting it aside, and that 80% that you're living off of, you're like, well, that 20% is no longer going to pay off your credit card. It's no longer going to pay off um, other things, because that 20% is being set aside for something completely different. So all you're left is what 80%, 80% to pay off your taxes, 80% to pay off credit card debt, 80% to pay the house bill, the the lights, all that stuff that's very very important in our society, and as a whole. And so my own experience that it took quite an adjustment, and there are times where I still feel like I am adjusting to living off of just 80% of my income, because you take the extra 20% that you had, and all of a sudden you reduce it by 20%, and it's a lot less that you can count on personally from that. So it makes things, when it comes to paying off your bills, it gets a little bit tougher because you have shrunk your overall income by 20%. And so could there still be stress with that? Of course. But if you have the right kind of mindset and the right kind of philosophy behind why just living off 80% is the right thing to do for now, then you'll begin to understand that it's all part of getting yourself away from a master slave relationship called debt, called the money slave relationship, right? Because the ultimate goal in anything, when we operate a business like a network marketing business, affiliate marketing business, whatever kind of business that we have, the ultimate goal is to get ourselves out of the current financial situation that we are in and into a situation where there is true, actual wealth that we can live off of. And so one of the things that I've been doing with that 20%, the extra 20%, is that I give 13%. I just give away. I just give it away. 10% is going toward tithe. So I'm tithing, toward God's kingdom in order to help His kingdom grow. To take care of the things that are important. When it comes to the tithe, so that God can use that money to continue to grow His kingdom. Number two, offering. I give away offering. Why? Because the offering is there for the missionary, to spread God's word, to provide for the homeless, to provide for the hungry. That the offering is that thing where you're giving it to an organization, or you're giving it to somebody in order to fulfill God's other purpose, and that's to send out missionaries to provide for the hungry, provide for the poor, the widows, that kind of thing. So that is what the offering side of it. So automatically 13% goes completely toward a toward those things. Giving it away so that God's kingdom can grow. And while the other 7% is being put away toward savings and investment. And you do this because as your investment portfolio grows and as your saving portfolio grows, then you begin to have a little bit more cash flow to be utilized for things that are important, things that will continue to multiply, for yourself. So when you're putting away, for me, I put away like 3% for saving. So that 3%, that saving, of course, you want to build like a base, like okay, I've built enough money to take care of anything that happens, like an emergency, anything. If I get laid off work, it just be enough to cover for like 3 to 6 months, uh, for that. And then the rest of that is savings as it builds. You're saving for other things, right? What are you saving for? Maybe you're saving for a house. Maybe you're saving for a car. Maybe you're saving for a vacation, stuff like that. And then the investment side of it is that you're investing the things that are going to multiply for you. Let's say you want to buy into a rental property. You want to buy into other uh, uh, anything, like any kind of investments that will continue to multiply, even a business, a business that will create that duplication for you, such as a network marketing business, such as an affiliate marketing business, and these things that will continue to help you grow. So when you put these things away into this 20% away, you set it aside, for those very purposes. Then you begin to realize that as your income, as your tithes are growing, as your offering is growing, as your investment and savings is growing, you begin to realize, you know what, this is quite important, and it's going to help me get out of the situation that I am currently in. That isn't the only thing that you should do when it comes to like getting out of debt, when it comes to living off of 80%. So let's say that you're living off of 80%, you put 20% away, and the money that you have is still not enough. What do you do? Well, the thing is, you don't want to take away from the 20%, because if you're taking away from the 20%, what happens? You're no longer, uh, have put your faith in God to help you help provide for you. So the thing is that, if 80% is not enough at the current moment, then you need to find ways to increase your income so that that 80% is enough. And so these are ideas that I think will be quite helpful for you. I believe that it will be something that will benefit you as well. And I can tell you from experience, living off of 80%, especially at the very beginning, the first couple of months, it's not an easy task, but you do begin to get used to the idea of living off to 80%, and you begin to adjust your living expenses, the other kinds of expenses that you have. You begin to adjust that in order to fit into that 80% percentile that you have set for yourself to live off of, to pay your taxes, to pay other types of expenses. So I really do I hope that you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, please like, share with your friends and family. And you can support me by going to prosperwithchad.com. That's prosperwithchad.com. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also subscribe to my podcast as well. And so that every time you every time something like this comes out, you get notified so that you can take a listen. And please comment. Let me know what you think. So I really glad that you are with me, and I hope you have an awesome, awesome rest of your Friday. You take care. Bye bye.